All right, well, I'm here with JB from August Burns Red. Thanks for giving us your time, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
How are you enjoying Soundwave?
I'm having a great time. I actually just did 2 weeks in the UK before this tour started, and it rained every day and was cloudy and cold and miserable. So coming here to your beautiful country in this lovely weather has been a major improvement in my life.
Excellent.
So I'm having a good time.
Well, I'm glad we could put it on for you.
Yeah.
Now, the latest album, Rescue and Restore, came out last year. I'm going to hit you up about a few tracks, some of my favourites on this one.
Okay.
I really like Spirit Breaker.
Sure.
That's just, what can you tell me about that? I think it's fantastic.
Because
Because you've got to be on your game. That's some change-ups and that's a technical stuff you got going on now.
Well, yeah, but we've been at it for a long time now, so hopefully we're getting better with each record that we write. But Spirit Breaker talks about, I guess, just being in kind of a dark, depressing place. Specifically, was written about kind of some of the low points on tour, which can be tough, depending on where you're at and what's going on in your life. So we like to kind of give the whole, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, though, don't give up, as cliche as that is, but that is an important mantra for life. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know. That's actually one of probably our more structured songs. It has a repeating part that kind of comes back throughout the song, and some of our stuff is more just straight linear. So I don't know. I'm glad to hear you like that. It's one of my favorite songs too.
Yeah, it's a ripper. I like it a lot.
Thank you.
And that was going to lead into my question about, was it a particularly difficult album to prepare for? But like you said, you've been doing it for a while. Or is it more difficult to prepare to play it live?
Well, that's a whole different challenge, I think. Writing it is certainly very time-consuming, and it's not something that we do very quickly. And recording can be frustrating, too, especially once we get in there and we start butting heads and disagreeing on different things. But that's just the creative process, I guess. Learning to play the songs live can be definitely a burden in itself, because in the studio, we'll say to ourselves, we'll do whatever we got to do to make the best songs we can, and we'll worry about how to pull it off live afterwards. And sometimes, some of the stuff we write is really hard for us to play. And I'll admit, I screw up every night when I play. And
every night?
Here and there, little things, man. There's a lot of room for small errors. It's not album quality.
Yeah. I got to get what you're saying.
But no one can bang their head and play a guitar solo. That would be album quality.
Not when it comes to stuff that
not
August
even Richie
Burns
Sambora,
Red.
who's playing over here right now.
No, not a chance. Not a chance. Fault Line.
Yeah.
Another favorite of mine. That's a ripping song.
Yeah, that was actually our lead single. That's the song we all thought was one of the stronger tracks. And I think it's a classic, quote unquote, August Burns Red sounding song.
Yeah.
It's not, there's no really weird parts or anything. It's just kind of a smasher from start to finish. So,
Do you guys have that? Everyone I've spoken to at least has one song that they've written over the years or recently that just happened really easily. 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Wow. If I can write one song in 8 hours, which
That's a
is
good
very
day?
rare, yeah, I'm sweet. I made some major progress today. 15, 20 minutes, I've never written anything that fast, but Fault Line certainly wasn't one of those quickies.
No, you get the difficult ones?
Well, I can't say it was more difficult than a normal song, but it certainly wasn't one that came out really quickly. I'll tell you there's a song called Carpe Diem from our album Leveler.
Right.
That was one of those songs that I kind of got together faster than typically.
That must be a cool feeling when you go, actually, this is all working the way it should.
Oh, it's the best feeling.
Yeah.
It really is. I love that. I hope that happens a lot as I start writing the new album.
Is there going to be a new one coming? Do you constantly just sort of go, I've got to get this down?
Well, I took some time off. I'm the primary songwriter as far as the music goes. I don't write many of the lyrics, but I write the majority of the music. And I took some time after finishing Rescue and Restore to kind of just, regenerate the creative juices, if you will. But it's getting to that point where I need to start getting back into it. And actually, I brought my computer that I used to write with on this tour, and we have 2 days off here in Sydney starting tomorrow. So I have my guitar rig going back to the hotel with me, and I plan on shacking up and trying to get some work done with some of the free time we have here. Though I also want to go to the beach and go out and do stuff. It kind of sucks because
that's the thing.
There's a lot to do.
2 days off, and there is a lot to do in Sydney.
Right. So we'll see. I'll have to budget my time carefully.
Yeah. Well, it's life balance as well. You can't work all the time.
No, and I definitely don't.
Oh, good. Neither do I. This is not even work. How do people react when they find out that August Burns Red is a Christian band? For me, Doesn't mean anything to me. The music speaks for itself.
Well, and that's nice. That's kind of what we would like people to think.
Yeah. But it is an important thing that people know that you are a Christian band, yeah?
To some of us, yes. To others, not as much.
Yep.
And it's certainly been kind of a ongoing theme, I guess, for the band. And we certainly are a very, I guess, quote unquote, wholesome band. There's not a lot of, we don't have like content that a parent wouldn't want their kids hearing or you know, that kind of stuff. So it's important to me more so to know that if there's young people listening to our music, that we're not filling their heads with more filth than they're getting from the media in the first place. Like, I want to be a positive influence. And that's almost more important to me than like spreading the word of God.
Yeah.
Which, you know, and I'm not as like devout, I guess you could say, as other guys in the band. So I don't know. It's certainly important, but it's not as important as writing quality music.
Yeah. So it's not a driving force.
The goal is to write good music and to put on a good show, and you know,
because it is an extreme kind of music. I wonder how those who are a little bit more devout look at you guys and they go, "What? They're Christian, really?"
Well, I think I know that.
Does it scare them, or
the church I grew up in and that my parents attend back home. I know, like, all my parents' friends at the church kind of like wrinkle their nose a little bit at what we're doing, because my parents are very proud of us, especially my mom, and she shows them our music, or she shows her friends our music and stuff, and makes them come to some of our shows at home. And I know that she was like trying to show us off, but it doesn't translate to them like it does for her, which is funny.
It's a shame they can't appreciate the music.
Well, and I understand it. You know, I didn't always love this screaming and yelling thing. I didn't like it when I was a kid. It's an acquired taste.
Yeah, how did it come around then?
I just got into more and more aggressive music. Actually, the band Finch that's playing here on Soundwave was one of the first bands that really like got me excited about screaming. And I was way into like punk and stuff, you know, NoFX and Pennywise and stuff like that. So I didn't get the whole screaming thing, but something clicked with me with Finch, and then it just snowballed from there. I was able to get into that and Poison the Well and stuff like that, and then next thing you know, I'm playing in a band that just screams and doesn't sing at all. That's the way it goes.
Now, give us a story about your first guitar. Like, what sort was it? Where did it come from?
My first guitar I bought when I was 18. I just graduated high school, and it was kind of like a graduation present to myself. It was an Ibanez guitar. I don't remember the model name, but it was from like the Ibanez startup kit. You buy the guitar, you get a little practice amp, a cable, really kind of a low-end guitar. But you got to start somewhere, and it was good to kind of whet my appetite for the whole guitar thing.
And you could get that little amp to get nice and chunky if you try hard enough.
I guess if you turn it up loud enough and crank the gain knob all the way to 10. Certainly didn't sound like what we're playing these days, but it was a start. Yeah,
it's funny. You go through and you go, oh, I wonder what sort of distortion I can get out of this little thing.
I actually bought a little distortion pedal as well. Very, very crappy distortion pedal, but did the job back in the day.
Nice. Who are you looking forward to seeing when you're out here?
I'm really excited to see Baroness. I love that band, and I've actually never gotten a chance to see them. Every time they've played around where I live, I've been out on the road.
They sound amazing.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I didn't get to see them yesterday where we were doing interviews, though we could hear them clear as day.
Oh, cool.
And it just, oh, man, it's exactly like you would expect.
Nice. I'm really excited. That's great. I didn't get to watch them yesterday either because we had to fly here. We left early, left at 4 o'clock. I want to see Finch.
Yep.
Although they overlap with Baroness, and Baroness takes priority today. I've seen Finch a whole bunch of times in the past. Wouldn't mind catching our buddies in A Day to Remember for a little bit. I'm sure their show's going to be insane.
Yeah, that was put on a good show.
Massive band. And I want to see Jimmy Eat World and Green Day. I basically want to see all the late main stage bands.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of basic ones here for you. 3 albums that you couldn't live without.
Arcade Fire Funeral, Between the Buried and Me, Alaska, and Matt Pompier, Emblems.
Nice. Now, who is the greatest guitar god of all time?
Paul Wagner from Between the Buried and Me is my favorite.
Wow.
It's my favorite.
All right, cool.
I'm keeping it modern.
Okay, I like it. Now, if you could cover any song, and given that you've already done a cover, what cover would you look to next? Because I played a little bit of Britney Spears
Oh boy, no, it's funny. It's not even what we're like borderline embarrassed by that these days.
Well, it's great.
I guess it's great. It's just so silly and ridiculous. But so basically, what song would what would we cover and turn into an August Burns Red song?
Yeah, I don't want a straight up cover. I want the August Burns Red version of our song.
You want something with some mosh parts.
Yeah.
Oh, let's say.
What's one that you noodle around on the guitar with? You know, one of your favorites that you always go back to.
Well, I love playing NoFX stuff, but we already did NoFX cover. We covered Linoleum back in the day. I don't know, man. I don't know a lot of stuff beyond what I write and practice, which is pathetic. But I'm just being honest with you. And I don't listen to a lot of. We did a whole cover album of Christmas songs. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's called Sleddin' Hill, and it's 14 Christmas songs that are covers. So
that's great.
Yeah, we're pretty much a cover band by now. It's disgusting.
August Burn Red, the covers.
Right.
Yeah, I like it. Well,
I didn't even answer the question. I apologize, and I'm not going to.
No, don't, because you never know what can happen in the future.
Right.
We'll leave it open there. JB, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Champion.
Hey, what's up? This is JB Brubaker from August Burns Red, and you're listening to Distortion on Triple M.